Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at an old game from Hikaru Nakamura, and this game took place in 2010, somewhere in Canada, against Pascal Charbonneau with the white pieces. Um, he's known for being a strong Canadian grandmaster, and he was also married to Grandmaster Arena Crush for a short while. And so he had the white pieces, as you can see. His pictures on the bottom of the screen, and Nakamura had the black pieces. And also, uh, for those of you who are just new to the channel, if you can name our anonymous chess player right here next to me, uh, be the first to message in the comments below. Feel free to suggest a line or opening that you would like me to go over. And of course, if you've gotten it already, at least wait, a couple of weeks or something, maybe a month or something like that. That way, someone else can get a chance also. So it's all in good fun. If you know who it is, great. Just post it down below. And if you don't, we'll let you know uh, in the next video. So for those who have been following, the chess player that I had up in my last video was famous chess player Lisa Lane, um, and she was kind of one of the first like women chess players to be become semi-famous. She was in magazines and photo shoots and what have you, and she was actually about a 2100 level player, so almost master strength player. All right, let's get right into this game. So Charbonneau started off with the move, e4. Nakamura played e5 and knight f3 and d6. So we had the Philidor defense being played. Now, uh, this is old Nakamura. Okay, this is when Nakamura was playing wild. When he was playing, early Queen H5, E4 E5, Queen H5, and he was basically playing anything he wanted to play, and still getting away with it. So this is like pre-elite Grandmaster Nakamura here in 2010, and he was a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's still fun to watch now, but definitely back then it was just fun watching him play these 2500 level GMs, and he was just basically switching openings, every other game, and just getting away with it, so to speak. So here we have this Philidor. Charbonneau kept it in book with D4, and Nakamura played F5. So it wasn't, enough for him just to play the Philidor, but he had to play this gambit line. E takes F5 was played. Another option, of course, and perfectly respectable, is just D takes E5. Also, of course, Black doesn't want to make this this trade, and he would take here. Knight would hop to G5 with pressure here, and then D5, and E6, and play gets quite sharp. B5, excuse me, Bishop B4 checks C3. This actually occurred in the game between Gulia Sachs, late Grandmaster, and Anthony Costin back in 1990. And that is also, this continuation is also better for white. But in this game, Charbonneau played another viable line, and E takes F5. And Nakamura continued with E4, and then the same continuation, Knight G5. And now Bishop takes F5, F3, threatening to capture the E pawn and also open up this diagonal right here. And Nakamura, I guess playing in the, his attitude at the time, he took which looks almost, suicidal here to take uh, in this position here. I mean, more prudent is definitely a move like knight f6. Just, develop and, for instance, after f takes e4, queen e7 with the pin down to e5, bishop e2, bishop g6, for example, and castle. Now, white has a nice advantage here, but it's better than actually what happened. But you'll see Nakamura had this bold idea. So we'll go back. And so after f3, Nakamura just took, opening up the position for white. And after queen takes f3, you see this double attack here. And of course, Naka saw this, but he had an idea. He played this move, queen e7. And unfortunately for Nakamura, this is based on a miscalculation. So after queen e7, Charbonneau played the fantastic king d1 exclamation mark. Here is Nakamura's idea. Expecting bishop e2, Nakamura could then play the move knight c6 and sacrifice this piece. Queen takes f5, and now that's met by queen takes e2, king takes e2, and knight takes d4 check. So this bishop would be immune, and Naka, having this threat right here, would get excellent play after bishop e2. However, after the move queen f3, queen e7 check, and king d1, now white is threatening, among other things, grabbing this bishop, of course, but also bishop b5 check, and then simply just swinging the rook over. Okay, so this drives Naka into overdrive. Let's get back into the game. So he plays queen f6, so he protects the bishop, and now Charbonneau plays queen takes b7. So Naka plays queen takes d4 with check, and now bishop d3 here. And now queen to g4 check is played. Now, in my notes I have, if bishop d3, then there's going to be mate in 3 after queen c8 check, king e7, queen e6, guarding all these squares, king d8, and then just knight f7 check. And that's going to be mate. That'll be all she wrote. So Nakamura plays queen to g4 check, and Charbonneau just plays knight f3, and now bishop takes d3. Here, moves like this don't work for the same aforementioned ideas. Instead of queen c8, of course, the bishop is still there. You had this rook coming here, to e1 check. So let's go back. So after here, Naka plays bishop d3, and c takes d3, knight to e7, and Naka gives up the rook. And Naka's idea is to basically, after knight e c6, is to keep this queen out of play long enough to build up an attack against the king that can no longer castle. So very bold plans by Nakamura at this stage in his career. Queen b7. So Pascal just is untangling himself here, and now the move rook g 1. And after rook g1, sorry, I'm looking at my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything important to insert. Castles was played by Nakamura, so you see that uh, Nakamura has some compensation. Now he doesn't have enough compensation, but you can see that it can be scary. Now, if you're a chess engine, it's no problem. But if you're a human, your king is stuck in the middle. You don't have good development. Your queen is way on the other side of the board, and you're facing, a strong tactician like Nakamura, who has his pieces in play. Uh, you can see how white could go wrong. Charbonneau keeps his calm, and he just realizes, hey, I just need to develop my pieces, and I will be okay, because I'm way up in material. So king h8 from Naka, knight bd2, d5, rook c1, and now this is threatened. This rook takes here, so queen g6, sorry, d4, bishop b4 from Nakamura, and now Charbonneau initiates a series of trades to weaken black's attacking possibilities. So knight e5, knight takes e5, queen takes b4, queen g4 check, knight f3, and now knight bd7, h3, queen e4, again another trade, and these trades benefit Charbonneau immensely because each trade diminishes Nakamura's attacking potential. c5, now just queen d2, c takes d4, queen takes d4, knight takes d5 from Nakamura, but the queens come off the board. D takes, and the game was over for a long time, but now with such reduced material, um, this is the time where most players would get up and start walking around the tournament hall looking at other games and stuff because now the stressful part is over. So rook c7, just normal moves, continuing uh, to dominate the position. And Naka, you can see he's fighting all the way to the end. He's still looking for a way to swindle and somehow turn the tides. However, after bishop d4, Nakamura had enough and resigned. And I remember this game. Nakamura was very frustrated. That's why I put this picture up here. Uh, because I think he's feeling like that. He looked like that at the end of this game. He's very frustrated because it seemed like at the time he didn't really have he had this edge about him where he didn't like have as much respect for the other grandmasters as much. He felt like he was on a different level and he was just playing any old kind of systems. And he would win a lot of games, but every now and then you would see, that Nakamura was upset by somebody. I remember he lost to, I think a FIDE master, a female. He played some type of, I can't remember. I had to find that game. He played some type of like dubious type of opening, and maybe like Elephant Gambit or something. I can't remember. But yeah, every now and then he would get caught out there. That's what happens. You take chances, and with these some of these systems, and you lose. But I miss these kind of games from Nakamura. Even though he lost this game, I just miss that the fact that he felt that he can play whatever he wanted and still come away with the victory. But of course, you know, and being in the top 10 is a different story, and it's very difficult. So now you see Nakamura playing, you know, Nimzo Indians, and, you know, respectable, you know, openings. You know, we won't see a Budapest gambit from Nakamura anytime soon. So anyway, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and like and all that. There'll be some links below. And don't forget to press the show more button down below so you can see all the links. And I'll see you guys on the next video.